All right, friends, Dale here at Three Generations. Welcome. It's morning, about mid-morning already on Wednesday the, what is that, 4th. It's already the 4th, wow, of May. Wow. So anyhow, we got our garden ready to start planting, and yesterday I went to the auction house that's at Dayton, where they sell plants, both flowers and vegetables, and they sell vegetables. It's a wholesale place, and so if you're not a wholesaler, you have to pay a premium, although we don't have the paperwork to exactly prove it yet, but they decided not to charge a premium. And I didn't buy a whole lot. I just got 16 tomatoes and 16 pepper plants. And so I got started. I laid it out where I wanted these tomatoes. Oh, I missed a hole. Ha! How about that? Okay, well, I'll show you how I do that then. I'll be right back. So this is a weaved fabric, a poly, whatever it's called, and it's to keep, it's a barrier for weeds. So since this year I'm not going to have 4 to 6 inches of mulch on here to keep the weeds down, I decided, at least for some of the stuff, we'd put this down. And you use a torch. I didn't have a torch when I cut it to length, and I just used a knife, and it gets really ratty. Where if you use a torch, yeah, it's not real even, but it melts the edges together so it won't keep, so those weaves won't keep tearing. So right here's my mark, and we'll burn that hole in here. See? That easily done. Alrighty. So now we have lots of little trials and little shovels. I think they're packed away somewhere, so I do know where my putty knives are. So I will try to open this up to plant into it. So when I plant tomatoes, I like to dig really deep holes. I don't know if how deep I'll get this, but Jonathan tilled it last Saturday, and it is really, for being in pasture for numerous years, it is quite loose. The tiller did a great job. The plow and the disc. The plow did good, and then the disc just wasn't heavy enough, and it was too much grass, too much roots. So yeah, wow. What I usually do with tomato plants is that I usually plant them quite deep, and that way they can really develop a really great root system. So these plants were in a 4-inch pot, and so they have a little bit of size. They were obviously selling really big ones that were individually potted, and they already had, flowers and tomato fruit growing on them. But anyhow, I know some people they'll dig a longer hole and bring it up and around and up rather than going deep. But with this weed barrier, I can't really do that, and I don't know, this isn't going to be deep enough, but at least it'll still work. It'll still work. All right. Now these are burpees. These are burpees. I think they called that burpees delicious or something like that. I'm familiar with burpees. As kids, my parents used to buy burpee seeds a lot. And let's just go like that. See if that, yeah, that gets me a fairly deep root system. right, cool. The chickens would like these. We'll see, maybe they'll get them for lunch today. All right. Yeah, I didn't quite maybe make this hole in the weed barrier deep enough. I mean, wide enough. But, oh well. Yeah, this doesn't have quite as many roots, but it does have some. But that one, this was the end of where it was tilled, and so I think it had a bunch of roots that kind of build up in the tiller as it got to there and deposited all of them right there. My goal long-term with gardening is that I will not retill these beds. If they need any kind of something done to them, I'll use like a broad fork on them or something. And maybe I'll, with this fabric, it's supposed to be a 15-year fabric, is what they advertise. And I think I've seen on YouTube other YouTubers say that five or so years is probably what you can expect out of it, more realistically. But anyhow, I will maybe I'll use it next year exactly the way it is and add some amenities when I plant stuff. We'll see. Yeah, that's probably what I'll end up doing. And then I want to kind of rotate the crops, but I may just end up with a 2-year rotation rather than an every year rotation. We'll see. We'll see where I'm at next year. Yeah, yep, anyhow, next tomato. Now there is a little extra tomato plant here, but I'm going to let it go because it's too much in the root system. Afraid I'll mess everything up. So we'll just let that little plant become dirt. Or maybe it'll become a part of the root system for this one. I don't know. So I got, let's see, 16 tomato plants. The other 8 are beefsteak, and then I have a Chinese giant bell pepper, and I have eight plants of those and 8 plants of jalapeno. So anyhow, I'll probably shut the camera off and go to work, and I'll show you once I'm done. All right, friends. Hey, I'm down to my last 8 plants of the initial 32 that I got. My last these are peppers. These are called Chinese giant bell peppers. These right here are jalapeno, early jalapeno. They've already got flowers and a little bit of pepper starting on them already. But so when I get this done, I'll have to go get some water and water these good. Yeah, hopefully with the weed barrier here, that'll help to keep some moisture in here. Yeah, because we'll have to haul all of our water out here this year, and we'll see how that goes. I would kind of like to get another IBC tote so I can fill those and bring them out here and take a hose off of it, like I am doing some other places for animal watering. But we will see. begin where I start the new kind, then I'll put one in where I quit planting them. So that way later when I come back, yeah, this one actually had 3 tags. Okay, when I come back, then I know what's what, and it's easy to tell the difference between jalapeno and Chinese giant bell. But anyhow, when we go to market them, people may want to know what kind they are, and if I haven't marked them, I'll never remember. I won't know what they are. The jalapeno I might recognize, but anyhow. All right. Well, hopefully enough water is going to get down there to the roots so these things don't dry out. It's a windy day and they need water